Now, there's a hard way and an easy way that we can live our lives, and it has to do with the way that we use our power. Now, David and Robert are going to help me with a little demonstration of this so we really understand this. And we have 2 bowls of water here, and in each bowl there's a little soap suds. Now, David, I'd like you to take this mixer and just make a nice suds in that water. Just get the bubbles going there. Very good. Okay, now, Robert, I have a mixer for you, and I want you to do the same thing as David's doing. Just get some bubbles going there. And you know, Robert, you have a little burst of power on there as well.
All right.
So that you can just really get that going. Now, David, keep going now. Come on, David. And Robert, my goodness. Wow, look at this.
It's going over the top.
Life isn't fair, folks.
Well, let's see. Okay, you can stop now. And we have discovered something very simple here. And that is that when we are connected to our power, as this mixer is, the cord is the channel through which this mixer is plugged into its power, life is a lot easier. Now, when we try to go it alone, it can be kind of exhausting, can it, David?
Right.
That's right. And we can ask ourselves, are we getting the kind of results that we would like to in our lives, or are we feeling tired or worn out or burnt out? Maybe then we need to say, am I plugged in to my 12 powers? Am I plugged in to my higher power? And when we are, life is much easier.
Are you plugged in to the one source? Are you expressing your 12 spiritual powers? Do you see how your 12 powers correlate with specific parts of your body? Remember, we don't acquire these powers, we already have them. We are learning how to use them in more constructive ways. What are you projecting onto the screen of your life? Like the light in the projector, the light is always shining in you and projecting out through you according to your beliefs, self-image, viewpoints, our frame of mind. We radiate the light so we get improved conditions on the screen of life. You are a powerful being of light.
Our powers need to be balanced. If we try to use one to the exclusion of the other, then we're going to end up with an imbalance in our lives. For instance, love needs to have wisdom and good judgment along with it. Otherwise, we can end up making really bad choices for our love life or end up in possessiveness or domination. So I use the positive power of wisdom and good judgment as I love in life. A balanced expression. For instance, if the spokes of a wheel were all uneven, we get a very bumpy ride through life. It would be an indication that these powers, these spokes, these different expressions need to be balanced and develop them equally in our life so we get a smoother ride in life.
That's right, David. And our son Joshua, when he was just 3 years old, I remember one time he came to me and I was getting him ready for school and saying, come on, let's get going, let's get going. And he turned around to me and he said, you bulldozer. And I thought, oh my gosh, you know, this was the only word that he had to tell me I was using a lot of order with him and maybe even feeling like he was being ordered around, but not using compassion. And I just said, Josh, I'm sorry, and I just hugged him, and I said, you're right, I really want to just be here with you and let you know I love you, Josh. And I backed off on the order. You know, it wasn't as important to have the order as it was to let him know he was safe and he was loved and he was okay.
And balance is really important in all aspects of healing, with our family or in every aspect, and including in our physical body. Now, we've been talking about our 12 spiritual powers, and we've been putting our emphasis on the spiritual side of this. But we want to add to that this right balance and integration. So if we got a physical problem, please let's go see a physician. Get it diagnosed, get it treated, and then add a lot of the other remedies too that we know are effective. Herbs and nutrition and chiropractic and acupuncture, counseling, meditation, all of these. Use them all together the best. In other words, be holistic. And then you have a balanced view towards your healing.